Today we will continue to chapter 3. We will start from combo chart. As the name suggests, a combo chart is a collection of two or more chart types in a single chart. Here combination means collection. This is the advanced feature of MS Excel. It helps us to plot two or more set of values to show multiple types of data. So far, in general, we can plot only one set of values to show the single types of data, but using combo chart we can show multiple types of data. Just look at the figure 3.10. In the given table, the number of bicycles of the various models the number of bicycles sold of the various models have been predicted, and its price also. In general, we can show only one type of data, but as combo chart supports to show multiple types of data, so we can represent the given table using multiple types of data like number of bicycles sold and price per bicycle with price per bicycle. Here one thing is to be noticed, that here two set of data, one number of bicycles and other price per bicycle. We can depict both the information using this feature, that is combo chart. Just look at the figure 3.11, in which column represents the number of bicycles sold and we can represent the price per bicycle using line chart. To create combo chart, we will discuss its steps during the lab, as it is not required now. This is the time to just see what does the combo chart provide the facility. So in figure 3.12, this is the result of combining chart. Here again I would like to explore that column depicts, that is column represents the number of bicycles sold, the various models of bicycles sold, and along with its prices per bicycle. The line depicts the price per bicycle. As the first column is the classic bicycle, so here we can observe that the number of classic bicycles sold is 2000. Just read the height of the column. And number of gear model bicycles sold is 3000. Just read the height of the second column, and so on. And now we can see that along with the number of bicycles sold, the line depicts the price per bicycle. As the price of classic bicycle is 1000, it is shown in the right hand side of the column. This is the price per bicycle. As the price of classic bicycle is 1000, so we can see the point at the level of 1000. And again, the price of price of one gear bicycle is 1500. We can see the point at the column of gear bicycle at the level 1500. This is the price of the per bicycle. Again, in the left hand side, the number shows the number of bicycles sold. The data shows the number of bicycles sold in the right, and the value mentioned at its right side depicts or represents the price per bicycle. The next is spark lines. It is also one of the most important feature of MS Excel. It is the advanced feature of MS Excel. Spark lines are mini charts that fit into a single worksheet cell to provide the visual representation of the data. We can show chart with the help of spark lines, we can show the chart along with its data, that is along with the table. These are very useful to analyze the trends in our data. Trends means nature of the data, whether it increase or decrease along with the time or the given data. Once the spark lines are added, further options can be accessed through the spark lines tab. There are three types of spark lines: line, column, and win or loss. In the given figure 3.14, its line type has been depicted. We will discuss its steps during the lab as it is not required right now. The next is using goal seek. Goal seek is an important feature that helps us in determining input values needed to achieve a specific goal. Here goal means task. It calculates a value by performing what if analysis on a given set of values. We can understand it better with the help of an example. To understand this, first we enter data in a worksheet as given in figure 3.15 and then calculate total and percentage using formula. I will discuss or explain how we use formula during the lab, and then after entering the data and calculating the total and percentage, then we will select the data tab and click on the what if analysis button in the forecast group and then select goal seek option. The goal seek dialog box will appear on the screen. In the set cell text box, define the cell address E5 on which the goal seek is to be applied. In this box, always refer the cell that contains the formula. That is, we can set that cell only which contains the formula. In the given figure, the cell E2, F2, E3, F3, E4, F4, E5 and F5 are the cells that contains the formula. So we can set only any of the cell stated above. Here one thing is to be noticed, it is important. And now type the new value 150 in two value text box. This box contains the target or goal value to be attained. And then press the tab key. Here the target value means, as we can see that the cell E5 currently contains 124. But here the target is that this cell should contain a value 150. In order to get the desired, that is get the targeted value 150, we must modify the marks given in English or in Hindi. That is to compensate the marks so as the total is 150, we need to increase, that is set the goal among any of the two cell, that is that consists the marks of English or Hindi. So here the cell that contains Hindi marks is targeted. Now click on the cell D5, that is that contains Hindi marks of student Ram. The address will appear in the by changing cell text box. This value points to the input value we want to adjust. Here we need to adjust the value so as the total marks, that is the marks in the cell E5, gets 150. The goal seek status dialog box appears on the screen displaying the solution. Click OK to close the dialog box and observe the change in the worksheet. We will clear this during the lab. And the next is grouping worksheets. This feature allows us to group a group of worksheet. To make a group of worksheet, we can enter common data, formatting effects and formulas in the group sheets. That is, using this feature, we can enter common data in more than one worksheet. Usually, as we enter the data in a sheet without grouping, it is get entered in only in the one worksheet. By using grouped worksheet, we can enter the common data, that is same data, in more than one worksheet, and we can do so if we want the same data to enter in more than one workbook. To do so, create a new workbook and add two more sheets in the workbook, and select sheet 1 tab, press and hold the shift key and click on the sheet 3 tab. Release the shift key. Currently sheet 1 is active. Now we can enter the data in the sheet. Here one thing is to be noted, that all the three worksheet tabs have become white and the word group appears on the title bar. It indicates that sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3 are grouped together. Now, if we enter the data in any sheet, it will be entered in all the sheets. Now we can format the heading by making it bold and increase its font size, apply border around the heading and so on. And then select row 3, increase the font size if you want. Similarly, select column A and apply the same formatting effects. You can also ungroup the worksheets. To ungroup it, click on any sheet tab other than the grouped one once, or right click on any grouped sheet tab and select ungroup sheets option. All the three sheets will display the common data with formatting effects. This is how grouped sheet works. And after entering the data, save the worksheet. But here one thing is to be noted, that if you have entered data in sheet 1 before grouping the worksheet, that data will not be reflected in other sheets. That is, that data will not be entered in the other sheets. So in order to display the data in all the sheets, we must enter the data after grouping the sheet. The next and last topic of this chapter is consolidating data. Here consolidating means combining. In general, it combines multiple worksheets, that is two or more worksheets, and display those information in a separate worksheet. You can combine data of various ranges either in the same sheet or in different sheets also. Let us understand consolidated data with the same example as we considered in the grouping worksheet. To consolidate data in different sheets, it is essential to group them together. That is, it is essential to group the sheets before consolidating the data. Just look at the figure 3.18, which consists the number of vehicles sold, the various vehicles sold in January, February and March in the year 2018. In figure 3.19, it consists the sales of the same vehicles during the year 2019. That is, these two tables consist the sales record of the same vehicles in the 2 years. Now using consolidating data, we can combine these two tables and predict the information in the separate table as given in table 3.21. Here I just forgot to slide the sheet, so don't get worried. So as we can see in the figure 3.21, it consists the consolidated data of table 3.18 and 3.19. As we can see, the column January consists the sales of Honda City of the year 2018 and 2019, that is 1350. Just look at the table 3.1. The sale of Honda City in the month of January is 450, and now see the figure 3.19. The sale of Honda City in the month of January is 900. These both sales is added and displayed in the separate sheet, that is 1350, and so on. So figure 3.21 depicts the consolidated data. This is how consolidated data works.